Over 20 years of life experience has taught me the following. If a man is a masculine lover at bars with good and loving women, then hundreds of good and loving women respect him and support him for being a masculine lover. But evil and militant women in a hostile work environment slander and punish him for being a masculine lover of women at bars. If a man has one-night stands with good and loving women at bars, then militant lesbians at work will be filled with jealous rage and will sexually harass him. To fully understand how militant women at work sexually harass male lovers at work, you have to look beyond the sexual slander itself and see even more abusive attitudes behind the words. The United States government defines sexual harassment as repeated verbal abuse of a sexual nature. So, the sexual slander alone is enough to convict a militant woman at work of sexual harassment. But the attitude behind the words proves a case of abuse. Their sexual abusive attitude is, he is not a lover of women unless he proves to us that he lives by our definition of the word lover. He is not a lover unless he gives sex to the women at work that we want him to give sex to, rather than to the good and loving women at bars that he wants to give sex to. We must decide who he gives sex to. Sexual harassment is all about power. Militant women are all about power over the sex lives of others. Are militant women at work jealous of good and loving women at bars that men at work give sex to? Militant women want to be the sexual dictators of their social environment and be in charge of the sexual beliefs of all men and all women in their society. They always talk about empowering themselves, and sexual abuse is about empowerment. They want empowerment, therefore they are sexual abusers. They want to control who society calls a lover and who gets sexual respect. Of course, only men who are mind slaves of militant women will be permitted to get any sexual respect. But those male mind slaves must give militant women full credit for forcing them to act against their basic male instinct to rape women rather than be lovers of women. No man can be respected for helping women, nor be called a feminist male. Militant women will only allow their male mind puppets to call themselves pro-feminist, because only women are true feminists. If a man wants to call himself a feminist, he must first have a sex change operation. So even men who make women happy and help women are never allowed to get full credit and respect for their actions, because it would threaten the sexual dictatorship of militant women. Militant women are all about lust for sexual power, and therefore sexual harassers. When militant women put themselves in charge of the sexual beliefs of everyone in their social environment, it creates a real problem. First, militant lesbians do not have a clue what a male lover is, because militant lesbians never have sex with men. Second, other militant women are so full of sexual hatred of men and prejudice against men that they do not have a clue as to what sexual love is, because they have never had love for men in their own hearts. If anyone should be in charge of what men are recognized as male lovers of women, it should be good and loving women who share sex with men and who have deep love and respect for men. When I shared pleasure with hundreds of women at bars to make them happy, good and loving women at bars called me a lover. Therefore, I am a lover. Case closed. When evil and militant women slander and attack a man for making good and loving women happy, it proves that militant women do not want good and loving women to be happy. Attacking a man for making women happy is attacking female happiness, and thus is attacking women. Militant women justify their abuse of men and war against women by claiming, "We are working to end rape." That is a lie, like all their other lies. All their other sexual lies that militant women tell and repeat. The truth is they are not working to end rape, but are rather working to cause rape. Some militant lesbians themselves rape women. Sexual hatred causes rape, and militant women spread sexual hatred, and therefore they cause rape. The truth is that I am the one who is working to end rape by ending the evil values of militant men and militant women that causes rape. My work that has included writing 2 books and teaching a class. The truth is that militant women opposed my work to end rape. That puts me on the side of ending rape and militant women on the side of rape. Their sexual lies have been exposed. Behold, the Empress has no clothes. The Empress has no clothes. Observe the naked truth about evil, militant, jealous women. Remove their sexual lies, and militant lesbians have nothing to cover the truth that they cause the rape of women and even rape women themselves. Finally, the truth comes out. Militant lesbians are rapists and are working to promote the rape of women. Men should tell women that militant lesbians are rapists, but good men are working to protect women from being raped by militant lesbians. Men, do you want to know the secret to being a perfect lover? Then listen up, because I will share some with you here. First, be a basic lover who loves women and makes women happy. Then let's learn the skills taught in my book and class to be a highly skilled lover of women. To be perfect, you need to overcome inhibition, which is caused by imperfections in others in your social environment. In particular, when militant women hate, slander, threaten, and punish men for being lovers of women, and it can inhibit men and keep men from being perfect lovers. To be perfect, you need to be socially stronger than militant lesbians so you can stop them from slandering, threatening, and punishing you for being a lover with women. How can you be socially stronger than militant lesbians who love to sexually slander, gossip, and scream at anyone who does not dare believe what they demand that they believe? By joining a national organization for men, recruiting members, and forming a local coalition of support to help defeat jealous militant lesbians. Or you could see a good psychologist and lawyer, both who support men's rights, and sue the pants off of militant lesbians for sexually harassing you with constant verbal abuse of a sexual nature. With them gone, nothing can stop you from being perfect. Society does not protect men from being sexually harassed and sexually abused by jealous militant lesbians because society has been brainwashed into believing that men are never the victims of sexual harassment and women are never the perpetrators of sexual harassment. In fact, some elements of our society may in fact teach women that it is good to sexually harass and abuse men. Are some women's studies classes in college taught by militant lesbians who should rather be called sexual hatred studies classes? If you were a fly on the wall in some of those classes, or a telepath who could read minds, then what would you hear? Would you see the instructor have female students stand up in front of class and sexually slander some males they know and be graded on how well they express hatred and verbally attack the male? Would female classmates be instructed to clap for her and praise her for verbally attacking a man? Realize that sexual harassment is defined by the United States government as repeated verbal abuse of a sexual nature. But Are women being taught in college to be proud of themselves for sexually harassing men? Just as some militant men may be proud of themselves for raping women to get sex, some militant women may be proud of themselves for sexually harassing and abusing men. Harassment, abuse, and rape are not things to be proud of, but things to be ashamed of. Do sexual hatred studies classes for women at college teach women how to sexually rule over men and control the sexual values, sexual beliefs, and sexual behavior of men? Has a hate studies instructor ever made the following statement? When women choose to not believe men, it makes women more powerful because it forces men to prove themselves to women in order to be believed. Men can only prove themselves to militant women by proving they live by the sexual values and sexual beliefs that militant women want them to live by. Have you ever heard a woman at work make a statement like, "We don't believe him"? Can you recognize that as a sexual power play to force men to be ruled over by militant women and accept the sexual values and sexual beliefs of militant women? Have you ever seen a militant woman literally scream in a man's face the words, "He is not a lover"? Do you recognize that as a militant woman trying to force a man to not give credit and respect to himself and other men for loving women and making women happy? Other popular phrases include, "That is not a lover," and "Men should not do that," in response to a man doing something that is considered masculine. That proves that militant women have the evil values that men should not be masculine, and have the false belief that being masculine keeps men from being lovers. Militant women try to force their evil values and false beliefs on men in order to emasculate men. The truth is, being masculine helps men to be lovers. When militant women scream at a man to force their beliefs on him, they are not just sexually harassing the man being screamed about, but are also sexually harassing the man they are screaming at. Men should say the following to militant women: "If you scream in my face or try to force your sexual beliefs on me, then you are sexually harassing me. If you sexually slander another man, then you are sexually harassing him, and I know you are a sexual liar. If you tell me that another man is not a lover, then I tell you that he is a lover, and you are not a lover of men." Organizations like National Organization of Men and American Men's Studies should establish love studies classes in college to teach men how to defend themselves from sexual harassment at work, and also teach men how to be better lovers of women. In my book, The Quest for Love, I teach men how to be skilled lovers of women. In my class, I teach men and women how to improve themselves to have better relationships and happier lives. My book and class could be the basis for a love studies class that is taught in every high school and college in America. Men are being sexually discriminated against in so many ways in our society. Boys drop out of high school more often than girls, but no one cares by equal education opportunity. Boys go on to college at a lower rate than girls, but no one cares about equality for boys. Men die on average 5 years younger than women, but no one cares about health care equality for men. Given the same crime and the same evidence, men are less likely to be found innocent and more likely to get more punishment, but no one cares about equal justice under the law. The list goes on. The lack of equal protection from sexual harassment at work is just one issue. That is why millions of men should join an egalitarian men's organization and fight back as a group for the equal rights of men. Male and female lovers should also unite and fight for love. That is why I advocate the formation of a national organization of heterosexual lovers to unite and fight for love between men and women. Do men and women want millions to be saved from sexual hatred and sexual violence and taught to live happier lives through the psychological secrets to being a superior lover? Then my sexual relations psychology class must be taught to millions. Do workers in America want to end the human suffering of poverty, joblessness, homelessness, hunger, disease, and death? Then my class on a utopian ideology designed to end all human suffering must be taught to millions. The humans want to evolve from being the children of animals who live by the laws of the jungle to become the children of God with eternal life and spiritual power. Then my spiritual class on the purpose and meaning to life must be taught to millions. When my classes are taught, millions will be saved from unhappiness, suffering, and death. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much.